Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And my project today is this little Christmas purse that I made using the seasonal label dies. I took the largest die and I cut it in half and then I attached it to a little box. So I could make a little purse. Let me get this open now. This is some cherry cobbler metallic ribbon, and I used the Sweet Stockings designer series paper, and these little light bulb stamps are from actually Little Delights stamp set. So it's not in the Sweet Stockings, but it matches the bulbs exactly. So I wanted to use those two together. The sentiment's also from Little Delights. And what else? Oh, the layering circle dies, obviously. Inside, I have a couple of the candy bars from Kit Kat and Twix, the Christmas ones. But you could put a bunch of other things. The box measures 3 by 2.5 up to the top of the actual box part by 1 1/4. Alrighty, so you can get some things. It's not the biggest box, but you can put a little treat in there or some cash if you wanted to. Let me show you what we need today. Getting down to the wire, huh? I have 2 more videos before Christmas. This one and one I'll upload on for Christmas Eve. And then I'm not sure if I'll have one for Monday, but I will have some next week. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. All right, so we need a piece of cherry cobbler that is 6 1/4 by 5 1/2. We need a seasonal label die, the largest of those label dies, out of cherry cobbler. We need 2 pieces of the Sweet Stockings DSP that are 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. We need a piece of basic white for stamping. We need a basic white circle from all these 3 are from the layering circle dies. The basic white is 1 3/8. A smooth circle from Old Olive that is 1 5/8, and a scallop circle from Cherry Cobbler that is 1 3/4. All right, and that's it. Put this to the side. Okay, I'm going to get my Simply Scored. We're going to start on the 6 1/4 side. And we're going to score at 2 1/2 and 3 3/4. Then we're going to turn it to the 5 1/2 inch side. And we're going to score it at 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. That's it. Just 2 scores on each side. And then I'm just going to fold and burnish. Okay, sorry. This is what we're going to do. We're going to cut the sides of the rectangle straight and wedge the square sides. And that's it. Alrighty? So we're just going to cut sides of these rectangles straight. And then wedge a little bit out of each square. On both sides. And that's it. This is what your cardstock should look like after you've scored it and cut it. Okay, now I'm going to get my tear and tape, and I'm going to, this is the outside of the box. I'm going to put 1 piece on the, well, we're going to put 2 pieces on each tab. 1 close to the score line and 1 close to the edge. And you can pick either side. Okay, so if maybe you made a mistake, a little nick on one side, that side could be the back. You can attach that first. All right, so whatever we attach these tabs to will be the back. Okay, So I picked this side. So I'm going to make sure that this part here of the square and this side of the rectangle line up together perfectly. Same on the other side. Right? Now the inside of the box, now we're going to put tear and tape along the edge and close to the score line on both of these side pieces. Okay. And then what I'm going to make sure that the bottom of the rectangle matches up with the bottom here, and this side matches up with the side. And just give it a press. Okay. And before we put on the handles, what I want you to do is push. Let me just make sure that everything's in there nice and solid. Push with your pointers and then squeeze with the rest. And we just want to do mainly the top part, okay? It's not going to probably go all the way down because we have 2 layers right here. And that's good. It gives it some structure. All right, so now it's already pre-bent. All right, so I'm going to get my cutter, and this is about, the label is about 3 7/8 long. So what I'm going to do is cut it at 2 15/16, which is the line on the cutter just before the 2. Okay, it's in between 1 7/8 and 2. So we're just going to split the difference between the 2 of them. And it doesn't really matter if it is exact because it's just going to go below anyway. But I think it is 1 15/16. Let's see. There you go, 1 15/16. So let me write that down so that I put it on my block. All right, but it's not 100% necessary because it's just going to be hidden underneath, so we're good if you do it at 2. One of them will be a little bit shorter. All right, so now we're going to put these inside. We're just going to have it, let me see, with about, from that first bump there, about 5/8 up. All right, so what I'll do is I'll say 5/8 is about right here, and I'll put just a little fingernail mark there. All right, and then I'm going to just make sure that the glue stays underneath there. All right, now this is on the right side, okay, and then we're going to stick it in and then just make sure that it gets level at that point. Level, that's pretty good. And then just press it. And now we're going to do the other one. And I'm just going to measure, put it this way. And then just go right to the edge where that first little curve goes. And make a line at 5/8 here. Okay. Or you can use a pencil mark instead of using your fingernail. That would be smart. And then I'm just going to keep my glue below that. And then we're going to put this in the other side. I'm just going to bring it down to where that mark is. And a pencil mark would be fine too. And you could do it on both sides if you're... And the only reason I really measure is because we need enough for the circle punch to take the hole out. All right. All right, so while that's drying, what I did was I just took a piece of scrap paper and whatever, this is a 7/8 inch hole punch, whatever small hole punch you have, punch it out. And then you're going to put it around where you like where it is. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to take a piece of Stampin' Seal, put it down and move it exactly where you want it. Okay, and then put your punch over it, and you won't have to worry about trying to get it exactly right because it will be there for you. And then the thicker this gets, the easier it is to find its spot. Okay. Just put it over it. Oh, well, this might be too thick now because it's getting in the way. Okay. There we go. And then you have nicely spaced holes. Okay. Now where's my back? This is my back. Okay, that's the front. Alrighty. And if you want this one is just 1 cardstock thick for the handles. You could double the cardstock if you wanted to also. Alright, so now we need our 2 pieces of DSP that are 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. And I'm going to put them on the front and back of the purse. Or a little gift bag, let's say. It doesn't have to be a purse. Okay. I love these little lights. They're so pretty. I don't think I used them yet this year. So I have to get them in my last couple of projects before the holiday. I ordered my Christmas cards this year and they're not going to come in till after. I didn't get on the ball right away. I needed one more picture and I didn't get to take it until last week. Okay, there we go. Alright, and while that's drying, we need our circles and our piece of basic white. So first we're going to do, here it is, the sentiment, which is ho ho ho, and that's from Little Delights stamp set. And we're going to put it a little bit to the left on the circle. Okay. Now that's good. And then we're going to get the Christmas bulb, and we're going to do one, I'm sorry, this is Old Olive ink. I'm going to do one in Old Olive, and then I'm just going to clean it off quickly. And then we need Cherry Cobbler ink. And I'm going to do one in Cherry Cobbler. There we go. Okay, now we're going to take our sentiment, which is on the 1 3/8 inch circle that we cut from the layering circle dies, and I'm just going to put it on the Old Olive one. And the Old Olive one is a 1 5/8, and then we're going to attach it to the scalloped one of Cherry Cobbler. It's 1 3/4. Okay. And then just make sure what's your front and back. That's the back. And I'm just going to get some dimensionals, and I'm going to put this right in the middle of the front of the DSP. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to fussy cut out these 2 bulbs. Okay. Alright, and then I'm just going to glue them on. One, I'm going to do the Old Olive one at the top here. And then the Cherry Cobbler one I'll glue a little bit lower into the side. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take my Cherry Cobbler metallic ribbon. I'm just going to tie a bow. Okay, and then I'm just going to snip them off. Alrighty. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the bulbs. I'm not going to touch that filament in the middle because it will turn, it will get stained with the color next to it. So I'm just going to go around it. Just give it a little sparkle though. Okay, and for the final touch, oops, I forgot one thing on the bulbs. You can leave them just white, but I'm just going to put a little bit of black with a black Stampin' Blend. I should have done this before because now I'm getting it on the other one, but that's all right. It is what it is, right? Okay, let me see. There we go. That's not too bad. I used a black Stampin' Right marker to make the lines in the bottom of the bulb. And I'm going to take 3 of the Gilded Gems. And I'm going to take the pointy end and I'm going to switch it over to the spatula. Usually I'll use the sticky end, but these are really strong adhesive on these for some reason, so I have a hard time getting them up with that. I'm just going to put 2 on this side, 3, sorry, on this side of the handle. Give it a little more sparkle. Give it a little something on the handle since it doesn't have the DSP. Okay, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this project today. If you have any questions, my contact information is below. My store link is below, and the link to my blog, which will have all the measurements, is also below. Please subscribe, and if you like this project, hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Have a great holiday if I don't see you back here then, and I will see you later. Bye.